Okay, now we're on Mystery on the Friendship Express, and this is a Pinkie Pie episode, first one since A Friend Indeed, so just not a big gap there. But okay, so this one, the Cake family, who I'm still not sure what their relationship with Pinkie Pie is. Just she likes dessert, they make dessert, whatever. But okay, they've baked this giant cake for this competition, and they're sending it into Canterlot by train, as you do. And okay, and they've it's a really long name with four M's. The last one is Madness. The first three are the ingredients, and meringue is the only one I've actually heard of. But okay, so whatever. But thankfully, because the ingredients all start with M, it can be shortened to the M. But okay, but so yeah, and then the first sequence is actually just them trying to get it on the train. They actually kind of play it for tension, like yeah, will they drop it? Like the cake is so heavy that even Big Mac, who can drag an entire house behind him, even he has trouble carrying it and he needs some help. So I mean, yeah, he stumbles. They start adding stuff on. They add a, a rope held by Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy to sturdy it on either side while they're in the air, and then a force field bubble by Twilight, and Mr. Cake faints three times as they almost drop it. So I mean, you almost think they are going to drop it or something, just because yeah, all this build up, it has to be for something. I mean, it's just, but yeah, just to see like where they can take this and how big they can build it and stuff. And actually, they do have some kind of a payoff to this. They get it to the train, and then they can't fit it through the door. And okay, but yeah, that doesn't actually turn out to be a problem. They just lift up the wall and slide it in, and then okay, Big Mac, I guess, has to then fix the train. But anyway, okay, so they have this giant dessert, and then yeah, they talk about how it's sure to win. Pinkie Pie goes into this lengthy description of how good it is, how it's sweet and tart and meringue, and okay. But anyway though, then one by one, three other bakers enter the train with their desserts that they're going to enter, that they're are sure can't lose, and one of them is one we have met before back in the last finale with the donut guy. He's gone out of his way to make this whole city made out of donuts that he thinks is going to win. But we also have this French Griffin, the first Griffin we've seen in a while, who has eclairs that he's really proud of, and then this mule who revives this joke that's been used countless times before. She makes a chocolate a mousse just made out of chocolate mousse. Rodney Dangerfield had the best rendition of that joke with the sheer comedic timing about going on about his wife, like after the usual bits. Yeah, she said, "Come over, there's nobody home." I came over, there's nobody home. My wife, it's always something. The other day she made chocolate mousse. An antler got stuck in my throat. It was okay. So yeah, he had my favorite version of that joke, but I mean, yeah, they actually have some fun with it here too. Because they shoving it on the train, you don't see the mule who baked it behind it, so Pinkie Pie just starts having a conversation with the moose like she's, ooh, who's this blank face moose I've never met before? But okay, so there's that, and then as they get in each other's faces, like, no way you're gonna win. Yeah, Pinkie Pie then starts thinking that they're gonna sabotage the cake because there's no doubt in her mind it's the best, and she thinks that they know it too. So yeah, she wants everyone to guard it, and they all head off to bed. So I mean, she stays up with it all night. Then a lot of mysterious figures start running by her, and she thinks she's chased them away, but she wakes up, and there's three big bites in each layer of the cake. It's like a wedding cake, I guess, one on top of the other by those little mini pillars to support it. So okay, so Pinkie Pie now is sure that the bakers are to blame. She puts on her detective hat, and I mean, she gives Twilight a Dr. Watson hat. She gets to be the lowly assistant who asks all the silly, obvious questions because she's read a lot of mystery novels, so that's her reward for that. But then she starts wildly accusing the bakers with these insane fantasies she's dreamed up in her head about how they're, or Gustav is a silent movie villain. The Griffin's name is Gustav something, whatever. But okay, so he's a silent movie villain who tied her to the railroad tracks and sent the cake down a conveyor belt of evil and sliced it up. And yeah, Joe the Donut Pony is actually James Bond, and the mule is Beatrix Kiddo, or an assassin who knocked out Pinkie Pie and sliced up the cake. But After pointing out that makes no sense, Twilight forces her to switch hats, and then sets about finding clues and solves the mystery. It was actually Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and Rarity who each took a bite. They ran by, took a bite, and evaded Pinkie Pie in their own special little ways, but then left a clue behind that Twilight discovers. And so then I forgot to mention the other three desserts end up eaten when Pinkie Pie's accusations prove wrong. She starts looking over the others, like describing how they're delicious too, how great they are. So if sating the taste buds was the only goal, it wasn't to sabotage the cake. Why are these left untouched? And then they go into a tunnel, it goes dark, and they come out, and all the desserts are eaten too. So anyway, Pinkie Pie gets to solve this one, though. She follows Twilight's advice, looks for clues. She finds that the bakers all ate each other's desserts after Pinkie Pie tempted them now. So everybody says their apologies, and they decide to combine desserts, just sticking donuts and eclairs around the bite marks on the cake to cover that, and then sticking the moose head on top, because why not? And, okay, well, yeah, because I should have said all the desserts are only half eaten, not fully, so, okay. They enter it, they win, because I guess the judges, not so much chefs, their tastes are more like mine, just all desserts go together, but, okay, so, the princess happens to be there, and remember, she's just like us, so she wants a piece of cake, she's itching for one, but first she hears out Pinkie Pie's moral, and then Twilight cuts her a slice, and Pinkie Pie dive bombs the rest and swallows it all in one gulp, and she's not morbidly obese by now, I have no idea, but okay, and that's the episode, and I said about A Friend Indeed that was shaping up to be possibly the perfect Pinkie Pie episode, the quintessential one, until it decided to have her be annoying, like tried to see if it could sort of forego the sweet route about how she cheers everyone up and like sort of hold back on that and say that she's also just so darn funny and annoying. So yeah, that one steered south of that, but instead, as I think it turns out, this one I would say is the quintessential Pinkie Pie episode. It's just, I mean, it doesn't like go so much about how she likes to make everyone happy and that kind of stuff, but it finds like another segment of her character to be just like the quintessential display of, and that's just how like funny and over the top she is. This is a full force comedy episode, very, very creative and a lot of fun. I mean, this is another, forget Borderline, this is a great one. It's one of the best of the season so far, and I mean, I just had a lot of fun with it, because I mean, just everything they come up with here. I mean, after that, I mean, like as they played the first part for tension and stuff, I said, but then as they get on the train, they just start having like lots of fun with the lines and the dessert. That's one way. It's the quintessential Pinkie Pie episode. It's about desserts. She loves that, of course. That's a surefire sign. I mean, everybody likes thinking about desserts, and I mean, yeah, they really go full force in what they come up with here. But anyway, just yeah, the lines that Pinkie Pie. No, we've got to protect. And just yeah, I mean, the goes by so fast. So I mean, as always, they deliver it better than I do. But okay, that just how Pinkie Pie, how she latches onto an idea that's just won't let like they're gonna eat the cake, but how she's real. There's not a malicious bone in her body. Like the portion where Rarity slips by her, she shuts the blind. Like Rarity is the last one to steal a bite, and she magically shuts the blinds. And Pinkie Pie reaction in that moment: "Who turned off the moon? Stop, thief!" They're chasing each other around, and then Rarity crashes into something. Pinkie Pie, but stop, thief! You won't get away, thief! Crash. Oh, are you okay, thief? Just yeah, not a malicious bone in her body. She's just latched onto this idea, latched onto whatever it is she latches onto, however the inner workings of Pinkie Pie go. And okay, and I mean, and in fact, even just the tone of the episode, because I'm like I said, I don't know if I said, not everybody shows a lot of self-restraint in this episode. It's just like a lot of over-the-top ideas too. That's the other way it matches. Even the tone, the very tone of this episode is so distinctly Pinkie Pie. It's just, everything is just a little bit over the top. The sheer just talking about a dessert, like just describing how good it is enough to make everyone like just forget about common decency and yeah, dive bomb someone else's dessert, and then afterward, it's not even like treated as a huge betrayal. It's just like, oh, I understand, it really was that good. So yeah, just like this over the top notions like that. Everybody is plays into that, and it's not even about really like exploring characters. It's just like using their character models to play off, mainly to play off Pinkie Pie, but also just this plot in general. Like when Rainbow Dash is discovered and Pinkie Pie is accusing her, like they haven't moved on to Fluttershy or Rarity yet, so Twilight pulls out the other clue, which is a long pink hair, and so Pinkie Pie is still stuck on Rainbow Dash. Aha! You dropped a pink hair from your rainbow mane. She starts examining it. Rainbow points out that there's no pink in a rainbow, just reds. I don't have pink in my mane. Oh, so you're wearing a wig. She pulls it, cut it out, and then and then especially the highlight of this episode, though, very highlight, is the fantasy portions with the other three bakers. They pull that out. That's full force them just spinning their wheels, seeing what they can come up with here. She doesn't just accuse them; she goes full force in accusing them. And and the best one was probably the donut guy as James Bond, and but with all of them, after hearing them again, like everybody, like the episode, again, it's over the top, but it's not. Just like it doesn't blow it up into like a self-parody almost or something. Just like see, Pinkie Pie is not even on the same plane of reality. No, it's just like a couple degrees to the left of reality. It's not like you ever saw Ed, Edd and Eddy once. We got a look into how Ed Single D works. He's the imbecile of the group, the weird spaced out guy, and he just seems to operate on a whole different level of reality. Not like that, just a couple degrees to the left of it is the tone of this whole episode. But the inner working, and like from that, it makes sure to keep the inner workings consistent. Like it's just, it makes sense. It still builds to its moral. It still keeps the characters. It still keeps everyone in character. But it's just like I said, it brings a lot of over-the-top ideas. The tone is just sort of over-the-top and fun and harmless and light and all that. And the example I was on before I went off on that explanation, Twilight, after Pinkie Pie makes this ridiculous accusation, Twilight is not standing there in disbelief, just like asking Pinkie Pie if she needs a reality check or something. No, she, it doesn't make any sense, but it's not actually as ridiculous as anyone with common sense would think it is. No, it just warrants a logical refute. Like, well, first of all, there is no laser security system, and like they don't even say it in over the top voice like we're supposed to be on the joke. Just like, no, it's just like straight face. Well, first of all, there is no laser security system, and second of all, Joe is not suave and whatever they said, elegant, sophisticated. He's scraggly, gruff, and hey. And Rarity points out, though, that she thinks he would look good in a tuxedo. So, I don't know. He's flattered by that. Maybe they'll have something going on later. But, okay, so, let's see. Just everything in the tone of this episode is over the top, just sort of absurd. Like, nobody can control themselves. Nobody is really being that malicious by sabotaging everyone's dessert. It's just they couldn't help themselves. And Pinkie Pie running the show with all of her over-the-top accusations and fantasies and all of that, and the fact that she is not looking to really nail anyone to the floor. She's just can't let go of something once she latches onto an idea. So okay, there was that. And though from that the moral sort of forms naturally. Don't get carried away in your when you want to get to the bottom of something, because you might hurt somebody's feelings. You have to be logical at times. So a reminder to Pinkie Pie, who's not so fond of logic, just her id, I guess, to don't undervalue logic. But and that, and like I said, if I just reiterate if I didn't, that everybody holds their own. Like, they're all on the same page in this episode. They're all just a little over the top. I said Rainbow Dash. Rarity, too, when she closes the blind. Well, when she's discovered, her tearful confession. It's true. I wear false eyelashes, because that's the clue they found. She left her false eyelash behind, and then she realizes that's not what they're mad about. She's, oh, and I took a little bite of the cake. But okay, so that was pretty good. Like I said, the dialogue, the energy, I think that this is the Pinkie Pie episode. It's like, the tone matches her perfectly. It captures the spirit of her comedy, as I've seen it so far. It captures, like, how innocent it all is, how fun-loving it is, and, I guess, though, yeah, just remember that Applejack is in this episode, and she actually got kind of screwed. She was the first one to start eyeing the dessert, how good it's going to be, and she didn't actually steal any, and then she also doesn't get any because Pinkie Pie dive bombs it at the end, so, and I mean, she doesn't seem to mind, but, okay, so, there's that, but, no, I mean, yeah, I can only say it so many ways. This is a standout, so, yeah, it looks like, yeah, right at the end, Season 2, PK found its way back into great territory again, and it was going strong there before. I mean, it's like a little in the middle, and that's versus Season 1, which just had its ups and downs. I mean, I guess Season 1, the middle portion there, I vaguely remember. Oh no, wait, the Sonic Rain Boom one was right in the middle. Okay, Season 1 was just all over the board, plain and simple, and I guess I have been looking forward more to the episodes of Season 2. I think that it seems like it's owned its craft a little bit more. I mean, Season 1, plenty of fun too. It had plenty of great episodes as well, but I mean, I guess Season 2 probably been more consistent, if nothing else, and so I guess, yeah, going into this, the finale, I'm gonna side with it as the better season so far, and, okay, so, a lot of fun there, and, I know, like, I got a couple of questions wondering if I'd do the commentary thing again for the Season 2 finale, and, well, actually, I said before, I'll bring it up again, that, I do know what's coming, thanks to that blog series. I'm actually almost caught up on that, because, I mean, I didn't do any videos or blogs on vacation, of course, so, and there's been a huge, stall out in that, and the guy I'm writing the blog series with, he got busy, so there's been a huge gap, so I've almost closed the gap. I'm almost caught up, but I'm still, past the season finale, A Canterlot Wedding, and having watched that, I think I actually prefer reviewing it in this format. I think what I think of it, it's best said just full-blown review like this. So we'll go to the commentary. It's of course easier to do that after what happened last time with YouTube. They don't like it, but I mean, I've had ways pointed out to me. I can sort of duck around that, and I mean, I know I'll have to bring it back eventually with the finales and the intros that are always seem to be a big deal, always seem to be treated like a big deal. So, you know, maybe even for the Season 3 intro, maybe I'll do it there. But, yeah, I've either got to, I mean, I can't just, same thing every time, special occasions are as such, so I've either got to bring back the commentary or find something else to do to mark the occasion. But, okay, the next one, I think I would prefer doing it as just a review. So, that's what's going to be the case. So, Canterlot Wedding coming up. I'll see you then.